So let's go ahead and go into the rest of the topics that we have for the rundown. This topic, I hate to go this route before we get into more music, but Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys passed away at 52, pancreatic cancer. And I see a lot of people. It actually came out early, and then his family said he was still, fighting for his life. And then another report came a day later saying that he passed. I always look at dude as just a legendary figure from the standpoint of him, his stature, who he was associated with in terms of the actual group being a legendary group. Like all three of those dudes are different when you look at him, Scarface and Willie D. But he always stood out. You think about Mind Playing Tricks on Me, The Mask, and the whole Chucky routine and everything like that. Like all that type of stuff to me, in my opinion, is legendary from a hip hop standpoint. So I never got a chance to meet him. I know MC Search has crazy stories. I heard about him wilding out with him and them taking random trips to places and stuff like
those
that.
Stories. If you've not heard those stories, anyone out there, definitely do that.
Yeah.
Please go look those up because Search has some crazy stories. I think he actually has ties here in Napa as well. I think doesn't he have some family members that are here, or am I mistaken when I said that?
I don't know
does
about
he have anybody
that
that's related
part.
to him here?
I'm not sure exactly.
I don't know why I thought he had some family members here. Maybe I'm misspeaking, but either way, man, legendary figure in hip hop. I hate to see somebody pass away like that, but he was 52. His real name was Richard Shaw, and his son said his last words were, "I will love you forever." Is what he told his family that was surrounding him at his deathbed. So, shout out to him, man. Rest in peace. I'm sure Scarface and Willie D. It's got to be tough for them because they all came up together.
Right.
And that's a huge loss from a standpoint of, Southern hip hop for sure.
Well, it's crazy because he touched a lot of facets because, he actually sat down and talked with Fab Five Freddy when they did their first initial interview on TV Raps back in the day. And Fab Five is like, and Bushwick Bill is like, hey, man, I know your family. He's like, wait a minute. He's trying to figure out the Houston connection. He's like, no, my name is Bushwick Bill because I'm from the Bushwick part of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have ties there.
Yeah.
And he said, I actually know your family, and they were able to bond over that.
Yeah.
And, when you think about that part, and what's really crazy, you go back and listen to The Chronic, Bushwick Bill is the only non-death row person featured on that album. So it's a loss for hip hop. I think, unfortunately, because we move so fast and we forget about people's impact, especially if it happened more than, honestly, 10 years ago at this point.
10 at this point.
And we're talking about in the early 90s with the We Can't Be Stopped album. And, I remember when he put out Everclear about the incident where he was shot in the eye.
Yep.
And, they just kind of looked at him. People looked at him as like, oh, it showed you that there's a lane for everybody in this hip hop thing.
100%. 100%.
And I'll never forget, it was the week after the Super Bowl was in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And I'm working at a bar in the Broad Ripple section called the Casbah, a place I'm still at right now, actually doing some work. And I'm there with, I believe it was DJ Action Jackson, and we see somebody come in, and I was like, just like I do anytime I think somebody looks like a celebrity, I'm like, yo, who's that Bushwick Bill looking motherfucker standing over there by the bar? And lo and behold, it's Bushwick Bill. And he comes up and he just grabs the microphone out of my hand and says, you don't have to get low, ladies. I'm already short. And so he hangs out, and one of his handlers is like, yo, this is Bushwick Bill. I was like, who else could it be, honestly?
We know who this is, sir.
So he hangs out, and this is the thing about being famous on any level. Like he had some ladies who had kind of flocked around him. He was getting love, and somehow he had got a bottle of champagne. I don't know where you even get a bottle of champagne at the Casbah. That's not really what we specialize in. And so he must have killed that bottle of champagne, and he's walking around, just having a good time. And there's a trash can right by the stairs. He throws up in the trash can, like chucks up the deuces and leaves. So that's my interaction with the one Bushwick Bill. But like I just remember loving the We Can't Be Stopped album.
Yeah.
And I was a fan. I remember from the TV Raps days. So yeah, shout out to Bushwick Bill and condolences to his family.
Anybody else got any thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, man. I actually had the pleasure of being able to see him at the fairgrounds. So there was a show that it was Devin the Dude, Big Mike, and it was supposed to be Scarface and UGK.
Wow.
But UGK didn't end up playing. But Scarface did, and they did Mind Playing Tricks on Me, and actually Bushwick came out and did his verse for that song.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that was pretty cool, man. No, that's just real. It's sad, man. Rest in peace to him, and definitely my condolences to his family. And I agree with what Jay Moore said. I mean, he did play, he played his role in hip hop, man.
No question.
Like big time. And
No question.
I'm a big Ghetto Boys fan, and obviously a big Scarface fan, and like Willie D a lot as well. So yeah, man. Like it's just kind of unfortunate. It's just sad. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I can dig